Okay, we're doing this again. It's been a while since I've done this. We're back again. Hello. Yes, hi. We're back. Sorry. Uh, it's gonna not seem like a lot, but I took like 8 days off of recording because I've had a lot of homework stuff to deal with. I have not found the time to deal with it, but now it's my time to deal with it. So I just have not found the time to upload recently. But now we're back. Sorry. Now we're back. So so yeah, we're back. Hello, I'm back. It is me, the guy. Everyone's.
Sable teams, this is Control. What's the situation at Grand Central? Observation post is live. Got it. Alert for
That's what
primary
it is.
contact.
All right. We're back to 100%ing stuff because I talked about that before. It's busy work, like I also said before, but it's fun busy work because, like I said before, I get to talk about stuff. Today's subject, uh, Marvel's universe, I guess. I could also do the entirety of the Ben 10 timeline. If I really want to get Rand Corp. Cool. I could also do, I don't know. Uh, the entirety of the Ben 10 timeline was today's subject, but I need to think of others because I feel like the entirety of the Ben 10 timeline is not something everybody wants to hear about. You know what? Those who don't want to hear about it don't have to watch this episode. Or they can just ignore my talking, even though it's louder than all of your guys' audio. So, before you know what, before I start this, I'm sure there's going to be someone out there that knows more about this than I do, and is going to explain a lot of things very in depth. This is not going to be crazy in depth. This is simply just the best way I can describe it, at least in the way that I can think of. Starting off, before time exists. Yes, we're going all the way back. We're doing the Master Wu thing. Long before time had a name. That's not what he sounds like, but that's what I'm going with for his voice because it's the best interpretation I can do. Long before time had a name, uh, there was nothing. And then the Consumelia showed up. They're fifth dimensional creatures that take the form of your greatest desire. What? Does it say no shot? Oh, first and last day.
This is Sable Control.
Oh,
What's our
lame.
situation?
So
Demons are firing on two Sable
the
patrols. Need backup.
Sable and demons. None of them like me. Can't let them kill each other.
nope, we'll come back to them. Um, long before time had a name, the Contumelia showed up. They're fifth dimensional creatures that don't have a form, so they take the form of your greatest desire. So they show up, and and they launch this thing, and I'm gonna get this entirely wrong. Um, hey, look. Um, it is the entirety of the entire name, which I can't wait to give multiple people panic attacks with this. Maybe not panic attacks, just freak a lot of people out that I know this. It's the Annihilar Genesis Story of Femi Agast. Full name, by the way. Henceforth known as the Annihilar Arc. Ooh, it's the Golden Globes.
On me.
Right
Magnifique.
um, so the Contumelia show up and they what is this? Oh, it's this building. Right. Okay, we gotta get a shot like that then.
Nice composition, if I do say so
The
myself.
Flatiron building. So the Contumelia show up. They have their ship, and they're about to drop that thing, the Annihilarg, into the void to make a universe. But right before they do that, this guy shows up. Mark Hamill, aka Malturant. He's a robot that can control time. Don't ask me how it works. I have no idea. He's also an alien, technically, we'll get to that later. So where am I looking? Oh, so hey look reference. So he shows up and he attempts to drop his own Annihilarg, the evil one, into the void instead, making Maltruant Universe instead of the one we actually got. So he attempts to do that. So he seals up the chamber and launches it down. Then but right before that, a guy shows up. That's right. It's everybody's favorite. That's right. It's the guy this series is named after, Rook Blanco. No, not actually. It is. I thought that was actual hands for half a minute there. So the Contumalia. So Rook Blanco shows up, everybody's favorite, and the little gun guy, his name is Ben 10. Probably never heard of him. So Maltruant launches the thing in, but it doesn't explode yet because bombs take time, and so things take time to drop. So what ends up happening? Hi. So what ended up happening is Ben shows up, drops his or like cuts open the tank that the guys used to launch the Annihilarg into the void, and jumps in after the Annihilarg, the evil one, the bad one, and attempt to try and stop it. So he uses so he um so pretty much it's I don't know how to I don't know. I have a lot of points to make. Pretty much it so he let me yeah. Pretty much the entirety of his. So Ben goes to go try and take the evil Annihilarg. So pretty much, the Contumalia. Okay, I'm getting distracted. So he uses an alien called Feedback. Feedback like absorbs energy, and that's all. That's like his whole shtick is that he like absorbs energy. So he chases after the Annihilarg, grabs the Annihilarg, and absorbs all of the energy back, jumps back up into the ship and kills Malachur and spreads his pieces across time using feedback. He launches a Goku-style Kamehameha at him. So, what ends up happening is he shows up, so Ben and Rook. So Ben then kills Malturant and scatters his pieces across time, doomed to endlessly repeat his mistakes. Hooray, good thing. There's just a backpack up here. So, so then they scatter his pieces across time and destroy the evil Annihilator, the bad Annihilator, bad guy one. Eventually leading to the new one, like the other Annihilarg, the actually good one that the Contumalia made. They led to that one getting so that led to him. So,
Humans have a bomb rigged in one of those cars. We need to stop them.
ow, rude. So
I'm losing them.
I don't want to fight them right now. So are they legitimately going? No.
Lost them. What's wrong with me?
I don't want to do that right now.
Love that that shot.
This is
Cool.
control. Need a sit rep.
So,
Checkpoint secure. Be advised. Region
so pretty much, so they show us. So Ben stops Malturant, shatters his pieces across time, and then watches. And then gets to watch the Quantumania create his own universe. And that's the start of the story. That's the start of the story, by the way. So from there, we're gonna cut forward a bunch of cut some useless details, and jump straight to some of the graphing calculator. Is that a TI-83? We love Texas Instruments here. Pretty much what ended up happening. Um. Fine. Pretty much. Pretty much his main shtick is that. So from there, we're gonna go forward a bit to the Middle Ages, where a guy named George, he's an immortal knight. Like his whole shtick is that he's immortal. So he shows up and goes try to defeat this guy called the Dagon, Dagon, not dragon. Though he is in the form of a dragon, no, it's not the dragon, it's the Dagon. So he fights. So George fights the Dagon and takes the sword that he made. Okay, I'm missing a few key points in between here, so we're gonna go back a bit, and we're gonna talk about the Galvins. They're little guys, only a few inches in height, and they're little guys. They're smart though. And one of the Galvins, they're like one of their smartest guys. His name is Azimuth. Okay, cool. His name is Azimuth, and he ends up.
Not loving the whole convicts with heavy weapons thing.
Attention units. Emergency relief station is reporting they're being raided.
So pretty much, Azimuth. So Azimuth tries to try and make a way to unite the entirety of the universe, like all the different galaxies and places, all wanting to try and get
Much I love photography.
pretty much it's come on, there we go. So Azimuth attempts to make tries to unite all the people of the universe together. Yay, good job, go Azimuth. He tries to make it by making this sword called the Sword of Azkaban. That doesn't work. Like a lot of people, he makes it really strong. So what ends up happening is he makes this sword and it destroys, I believe, Galvin, the planet Galvin. Not to be confused with the Galvins, the people of Galvin. So hey, look, it's damage control. I love damage control. So, oh wait, it's. I was looking for a backpack. So so he makes a Sword of Azkaban, realizes that it not only does it not really work as good at its job, but it also is. It's legit a weapon, sort of. Well, obviously it's a weapon, it's a sword. But specifically, it's the fact that it's a really powerful sword. So what ends up happening? Ooh, level. New skills. I have 2. Cool, that's that one done. So pretty much Galvin. So I believe that ends up destroying Galvin and making. Okay, hold. I'm sorry, Mr. Jameson. No, not tonight. I don't wanna. I'm sorry. I'm so. Pretty much, So he shows up. So then he ends pretty much. He is. So it's okay. Goodbye, Jonah. So did I actually do that? So pretty much his whole his whole thing. So he goes to George, and George, or like he goes to Earth, tries to find someone that's worthy of wielding Azkaban. So he does. He finds George and he gives it to George. George is actually in the middle at the time of fighting this thing called the Dagon. Just talked about this guy, Dagon, in the form of a dragon, Dragon, Dragon. Jeez, poor enunciation. There's a lot of stuff on here. Fine. So so George kills the Dagon. Mortal Knight George kills the Dagon and ends up becoming a
Mott Street, the main street of Chinatown. Touristy, but fun.
So pretty much the whole shtick with Dagon here
Nap time. Yuri, I've got eyes on a mob of Rikers escapees.
is the bit with the Dagon.
But with all that's going on, it might take a while to get enough of my people together.
I don't want to think about what these guys could do in the meantime. I'll handle it.
Pretty much, so George kills the Dagon, takes his heart and seals it away. In like a vault. That'll come into that's a surprise tool that'll help us later. Remember that. Maybe. So eventually, George also founds the Forever Knights, which is like a group of people. It's like weird guy police. So all of like the weird stuff that happens around the planet, around Earth, the Forever Knights' job is to kind of like keep track of it, make sure it doesn't go do anything crazy. So that's what they do. Two middling results. They're regarded as villains for a surprisingly long amount of time. Not saying it's not warranted though. So from there, a lot of stuff happens. Sort of. So a lot of stuff happens. From there, we're gonna cut a little bit forward to the scientist guy that found a way to take quartz crystals. This guy and his assistant found a way to make quartz crystals to rip a hole through time, like time travel shenanigans. So that's what they do. They then rip. So pretty much the whole bit. So from there, it's a little weird. So then we got cut forward. Actually, no, we cut to the 1800s first. So we cut to, or not 1800s, during the Revolutionary War. Where George Washington, yes, George Washington, that guy, big freedom man. So pretty much George is fighting in the Revolutionary War, and he's going off. I believe he's like tracking down some like weird rumors that he's heard. When he runs into when Maltruant shows up, yes, big boy Maltruant, he's back again. So Maltruant shows up, and here, Maltruant shows up, and he gets the help of a young guy named Vilgax. That's a surprise. That's another. I don't know if you have a list, but I'll add that to the list of surprise tools that'll help us later, because he'll be back. So Vilgax shows up, helps Maltruant fix the ship, and then Maltruant kind of just leaves. Eventually, eventually Malturant leaves, and then Ben and Rook immediately show up afterward, and Ben shows Vilgax off the power of the Omnitrix. This sparks Vilgax's want to
To our advantage. They're clumped together.
so
Many they can't be dealt with.
so
Say, I gotta go.
so Vilgax then wants to go find the Omnitrix. Eventually, it won't be right away, but he will eventually he'll find the Omnitrix again. He doesn't even know who it was made by. Ben just kind of showed it off, then dipped because they need to go fight Malturant still. So this sparks George Washington to go found a group of people called the Plumbers. They're his words, not mine, meant to fix leaks in normal society. Again, his words, not mine. His words, not mine. I did not choose those. Don't yell at me about anything you might have against that. Is it? From there. So that's the main one.
Sure are a lot of guys really eager to go back to prison.
Come on, there we go. So from there, stuff gets weird. Give me one sec. Gotta look for something. Yank. Alright. So from there. So pretty much Malturant. So George Washington founds the Plumbers. He puts their base right behind Mount Rushmore. Him and the rest of those Plumber buddies, the founding fathers. Yes, don't ask me why. That was their choice, not mine. Go yell at Cartoon Network. Is it a little silly? Yes, but I kind of like it. I don't think anything else like insane happens. Oh no, wait. Then there's the guy. So then there's the scientist guy. I think he's in like the 90s or 1960s, something like that. So where he finds a way to take quartz crystals and blow a hole through time. And this guy, he finds a way to make a portal. He makes a portal and does end up successfully blowing a hole in time, but also gets himself him and his assistant lost. His assistant never shows up again. You can disregard the assistant if you were emotionally attached to assistant guy after 3 seconds of meeting him. I'm sorry, there is no like actual reference to him at all ever. Grab. So pretty much a lot of so then from there this guy kind of wanders around time and eventually learns to control it. He basically becomes time god. Don't ask me how it works. I don't know. So he becomes like a time master guy, and he calls himself Professor Paradox. We can bring surprise tool counter up to 3 at this point, by the way. So now we're gonna cut actually to around the same time. This guy named Max, not Maxwell. Maxwell? Is his name Maxwell? Maxwell Tennyson. We'll call him Max Tennyson because I don't remember if his actually has another name other than Max. I'm sure he does, but I can't think of it. So, what am I missing? Who am I missing? So, Max Tennyson, he was like a good plumber. He was part of the plumbers, and he was like a big guy. I hear his voice. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! I'm soft locked. Oh my gosh! I'm soft locked. I cannot complete this mission because the guy is in the wall. The guy is in the wall. I cannot defeat him. Oh my gosh, I'm soft locked. I have made the joke before. This guy is legitimately in the wall. Like, I cannot kill this guy. And he can't get out either. Why is it doing this? Why are you doing this? I just want to look at the guy. Like, I cannot get to this guy. I am soft locked. Wait. Hold up. Hold up. Maybe not. Maybe not. Where did he go? Where did he go? Come on, buddy. So Maxwell, okay, anyway. So Max Tennyson shows up, and he, so he tries to, oh, soft lock my ass. Ha! Let's go. So Max Tennyson, I don't remember if he retired, when exactly he retires, but he's like a good plumber for a long time. He meets,
Nice work.
and he,
Thinking hard enough in the city without it turning
he
into a prison yard.
eventually he retires and decides conduct. Conduct with a K. Let's go. We're back to conduct. So he shows back up. So Max decides, you know what? I think it's time I retire. And so he goes off and retires with his energy being wife, known as I don't remember the name of his wife, but I know that her alien her creature name is she's an Anodite.
The Williamsburg Bridge. A convenient.
So how did I never get? Okay, fine. So
Someplace else I can't afford to live.
So pretty much, so Max decides to retire, and eventually he decides to go take his grandkids on a road trip all around the U.S. So he does that. He takes them all around the place. These children being Gwendolyn Tennyson, aka Gwen. She's important later. She's mostly just annoying, smart.
Opposition, if I do say so myself.
It's mostly just standard voice of reason character, other than Max Tennyson. She's just kind of the other one. And then there's obviously everyone's favorite. Wait, is this the guy? Are these the guys right here? Are these the? Hold on. There is a photo mode in this. Where's the photo mode thing? I actually don't know where the photo mode is. No. This one. Photo mode. Are these the guys? Are these the low poly? Come on. I just want to take a look at the low poly. Why can't I take a look at the low poly? I can't actually tell. Pretty much. Oh my gosh, it is. It's the low poly guys. It's the low poly guys. We love the low poly guys. I love the low poly guys. Yeah, of course. So pretty much anyway. So and then there's the other guy, the other kid. You know, the guy that's named after the series, Benjamin Tennyson. Yes, their last name is Tennyson. I didn't write the show. From there, so then so Max takes Gwen and Ben all around the U.S. on their first little outing over to Yellowstone. Ben watches this meteor kind of fall to Earth, and by circumstances we later find out are out of his control at the time. The meteor crash lands right near him, and Ben ends up acquiring the Omnitrix. Not the one that not the one that Vilgax sees, but a different Omnitrix. I believe it's called the Omnitrix, like the beta one.
Love it.
Cool. So from there, go up. So, and then it allows them to transform, at least at base, into 10 different aliens. These aliens, I'm not going to name off all of them. I'm going to name off some of the standard ones. We got 4 arms. He is strong and has 4 arms. He's like Machamp from Pokemon, but red. And without all the duck-like features. Eventually, that kind of evolves out rude. No, I don't want to.
With these guys before they hurt someone.
Nope. I got other stuff to do. Why?
I'm sure I'll see him again, though.
So, from there, it's a little... So, we got 4 arms, we got Heat Blast, we got Rip Jaws. Heat Blast is like a fire guy, is like your fireman, your standard fire guy, and Rip Jaws is a fish. We got Stinkfly. We love Stinkfly here. I'm blanking. I'm stupid. There's a bunch of other ones too. Ghost Freak, the only alien to have ever escaped the Omnitrix. We love Zascare here. Maybe we'll probably get back to that later. Hi guys. So he gets so Ben gets the Omnitrix and they continue to go around to different places. Max teaching Ben the ways of being a hero, as well as Gwen learning kind of picking up a spell book along the way from Hex. That is his name. And then there's a spell something or other. I never really bothered to pay attention to her. She was annoying anyway. Pretty much. So then they keep going around and it's fun. Eventually,
Yuri, the group of escaped inmates
Nope.
looks like they've gotten their hands on some serious firepower.
Nope, sorry. So, for... Oh. Oh, cool. So then they go around and he learns about a bunch of different stuff. From one day in a fight with... I don't remember his name, but it was some guy. Eventually, they end up stumbling upon, or Ben accidentally activates the self-destruct sequence to the Omnitrix. This then causes Ben to want to... This then makes Ben like panic and go find Azimuth, the creator of the Omnitrix, to go and oh hey, it's this place. It's this place from the... Hey, look, it's a rhino. So he goes to find Azimuth in space, like with the help of a bunch of other people. I don't want to get into it right now; it's a little complicated. And ends up unlocking a bunch of new transformations, finding out that there's more than just the original 10 that he had, including, but not exclusive to, Upchuck. We love Upchuck here. Upchuck. He can like eat
He love photography.
Yeah, let me... So he then goes around and tries to like... So then he unlocks a bunch of new transformations. We got Upchuck. He can eat anything and blast it back up. Including a neutron star, apparently. I'm not going to get into that, or I might have to get into that. But yeah, so there is an and he eats a neutron. He like eats the power of a neutron star. Event, cannon bolt. You ever seen those roly polies, like the little bugs, pill bugs, whatever you want to call them, that like curl into a ball? Yeah, that's up. That is
1043. Police transport is under assault by armed hostiles. Addition.
that's pretty much what.
Over.
That's pretty much what. That's pretty much what Cannonbolt does. Is he just kind of rolls around. And then there's everybody's favorite tiny little guy, way big.
All
It
units,
is what it is.
chase in progress. Any officers near Hell's Stacks, please copy.
That is what it is. He is way big. So he's also based off of Ultraman. I personally have never seen Ultraman, so I cannot confirm or deny this, but that's what I've heard. Bring it, train. Oh, it actually kills me. Oh, I did not realize that. I thought I would like get shoved out of the way or something. No, it legitimately kills me. Oh, cool. So Ben eventually unlocks way big. Where was I? Where am I? Did I really go that far? So Ben eventually unlocks way big and attempts, and so he unlocks way big. He eventually continues to do a bunch of other stuff. Pretty much it's a complicated. He gets a bunch of stuff. He meets Azimuth for the first time.
Update on the situation.
And a bunch of other things happen. I don't remember entirely. There's no other people that can explain it better than me. Eventually, voice crack. Eventually, so Ben goes back to Earth and continues. Nope, I'm not dying again. So, wow, that is an old cell phone. So from there, Ben then goes and fights a bunch of his old villains. In like this standoff at Mount Rushmore, where the plumber base is, using the help of an ex-plumber who was actually part of the Forever Knights. Yeah, I told you they'd come back later. So they'll be back more. Don't worry. So
Attention units.
post.
Multiple drive-by shootings. Officers near Devil's Shelf, please
Come on.
report to the scene.
So eventually, eventually, so eventually Max has to kind of reveal his secrets to Ben and Gwen, that he knows what the plumbers are and what they are and what they do. And he kind of teaches Ben how to be a plumber. Hey, look, it's Fisk Tower.
Fisk Tower. If I was them, I might start thinking about a new name.
Probably. So, from there, it's a little complicated, but it's kind of awesome. So, eventually, at this point, there's a, oh yeah, one time on Max's birthday, Ben and Gwen get thrown into the future a few years to meet future Ben. Future Ben, officially known as Ben 10,000. Their name, not mine. So Ben sees how much of like a dick he becomes in the future and doesn't want to be like that. And together, him and future Ben team up to beat Kevin 11,000. Kevin, I forgot that they meet Kevin earlier, so I should probably mention that now. Kevin Levin is, he's like a kid at the time, and he takes on the role. So he attempts to go and fight. So He's a guy that can control. He can like absorb energy, like what feedback can do, but to a lesser extent. And so one time, Kevin fought Ben and stole some of the like the aliens from the Omnitrix, and kind of went crazy because that's what happens with Osmosians. Is if an Osmosian absorbs too much energy, they kind of just go insane. So Ben, um, so Ben goes and so Ben fights Kevin. Kevin goes insane, and they send Kevin to the Null Void, which is a whole nother dimension. It's like there's like nothing there. It's weird. There are things there, but it's like it's pretty much used as a prison for the plumbers.
Attention units.
So
Case in progress. Proceed to Morningside.
so from there, so then Ben and future Ben go fight Kevin 11,000, adult version of Kevin.
Nice composition, if I do say so myself.
From there, Kevin. So then Ben eventually goes back in time, and then whenever Ben meets a future version of himself, it changes the future. So he's no longer so that he didn't so his future is changed. So after Ben met future Ben, met Ben 10,000, a new future Ben is now his actual future. So from there, I'm trying to think. Some other stuff happens. First, we're gonna. There's not really a concrete point at which each one takes place. So I'm going to throw the next one in here is kept. Eventually, Ben gets thrown into the future again,
Supply station is being raided by
and
Nearest officer, please
finds
height.
finds out about and but not to the same point. He gets thrown into the future where he meets his 16-year-old self, and him and 16-year-old Gwen and Kevin. Yes, that same Kevin. And they team up to fight Ultimate Aggregor. We'll get to him later. We'll get to Ultimate Aggregor when we get to Ultimate Alien. So from there, some stuff happens. Ben eventually unlocks a new alien, Feedback. Yes, Feedback, the boy.
Sugar Hill
And
Control.
oh my gosh, it's the first Spider-Man comic. So
Gathering of civilians. Proceeding to question and arrest as needed.
from there, Kevin. So that kind of implants Ben with the mind, with the future of him, Gwen and Kevin all being friends. Eventually,
Douglas, stable control.
oh my gosh, I was just thinking about this. We love the bar with no name. I love bar with no name. I love bar with no name. I just said it 3 times. I don't care. I was just thinking about how I really want to see a bar with the bar with no name. Oh, it's so cool. But if he knows about the bar with no name, you know what? I'm not gonna question it. So yeah,
Units equipped with riot gear requested to subdue a disturbance. Witness reported location as Sugar Hill.
where? Oh, it's just in the trash. So eventually, Ben. And then eventually Ben gets a new alien, Feedback, and he quickly becomes goes crazy and really enjoys using him.
Incident was reported near Sugar Hill. Over.
Eventually, Ben comes in contact with malware. We're gonna throw malware in there as well. So before Azimuth created the Omnitrix, he made a creature known as malware. which is they're called galvanic mechamorphs, which they're pretty much a group of mini robots that are used to fight that are like forged into one being, that can upgrade technology. That's actually another one of Ben's transformations. Actually, is the galvanic mechamorph. He calls them upgrade. Anyway, yes, the Galvans are also part of the Omnitrix. He's called Gray Matter. So Ben eventually becomes addicted to using feedback and eventually has to fight Malware. Malware at this point has gone from a little incomplete mechamorph, which is pretty much just a galvanic mechamorph that, yeah, sorry, mouth noises, that hasn't been fully complete, to legitimately a new creature. He upgraded himself with his own tech and stuff, and eventually, no, stop it. Eventually, Malware finds Ben, takes feedback, and destroys him. Yes, you heard me right. A Malware destroys feedback from the Omnitrix. Ben is locked out of using feedback. I did miss something, actually. Eventually, in a dream sequence that wasn't actually a dream sequence, Ben fights fights Asmus' father. Where am I going? Fights Asmus' father. That isn't actually Asmus' father. And he fights Asmus' dad using Waybig, and kind of accidentally destroys a lot of what they call it. Give me 1 minute. I'm googling because I don't remember the name because I haven't. Because I just haven't. It hasn't been in my mind. Bellwood. Never mind. I did not have to Google it. I just remembered it. It's Bellwood. So they destroy a lot of Bellwood, and over time, a bunch of aliens that like the plumbers are aware of are help in the reconstruction of Bellwood, and they live underneath the city in in caves and tunnels underneath Bellwood. So eventually, we're gonna throw that in now before we get to everything else. So after that, Ben gets really depressed because he can't use feedback anymore, and eventually has the Omnitrix removed. There are other things. There are other things as don't get me wrong. There other things happen in the story. Those are just the main ones that I always remember. Really, there's not one at the very tippy top of. So, hero for hire. Perch atop Avengers Tower. Nice. So we got apparently perching atop Avengers Tower as a student achievement. So there we go. We got that one too. Vial of sand. Let's go. So from there, it's a little complicated. So there's other stuff that happens. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say I got a perfect, complete timeline. This is what happens. But that's the easiest way I can describe it is the way I did. So from there, Ben ends up with a lot of stuff happens. So
Oh, cool. But they're never around to use it.
yep.
I think they're probably somewhere on the West Coast right now. Probably surfing or something.
So what ends up so Ben, a lot of stuff happens. We're gonna cut forward about 5 years. Ben is now 16 and enjoys his life. Now drinking, hanging out, and drinking smoothies. Eventually, Ben, there's something happens. Max is found out to be AWOL. So Max like rejoins the
Update from Museum Mile. ATC Foxtrot
Keeper.
the like the full
Masked up piece.
cool. So Max is found out to be AWOL. Like Max rejoined the plumbers and he went on a couple of missions to go try and find some stuff out. Eventually, he ends up um right here. Eventually, Max is found out to be AWOL, and Ben decides it's time to put the Omnitrix back on. So he re-equips the old Omnitrix, which he just kept the most powerful weapon in the universe, in a box in his closet, by the way. And attempts to reactivate it. However, the Omnitrix, after being dormant for so long, yeah, he didn't like that. So it recalibrates itself, giving Ben 10 new aliens to use. Again, I'm going to do what I did with the last one, which is I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'll go through a couple job applications. Jump scare, man. So I'm going to go through a couple of the ones that I enjoy. We got Swamp Fire. I can't do the voice. At least not right now. So he's pretty much like Heat Blast, but he can't. But he's like made of plants instead of. Wait. Is this the? No, I was here, right? That's the Rockefeller Center. I'm going not going crazy. Whatever. So. So, pretty much. So Ben re-equips the Omnitrix and gets some new ones. We got Swamp Fire. He's like Heat Blast, but he has plants now along with the fire. The only thing is he can't really fly.
mugging. Weapon drawn. Need an officer on scene.
Um,
Move in on Central Park. Over.
so sooner or later, so then there's some other ones. There's Big Chill. He's a moth, but he's also cold. He's kind of cool actually. I like Big Chill. Oh, these ones are always so hard to remember. I can never remember the consistent set of all of these ones. Spider Monkey. He's a spider and he's a monkey. It is the most literal joke I've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, it's funny. I love Spider Monkey, but that's the bit. So eventually, oops, that's not a So from there, Ben, there's a bunch of other ones too. There's one more that I can consistently remember, but I'm gonna save him for when he's needed because I feel like it's more cool and more cinematic to talk about the most powerful alien we've ever seen Ben use. Not the most powerful. I want to make that clear. As according to the creators, there are creatures that are stronger than the creature I'm going to talk about later. But he is the most powerful one we've seen Ben use. So Ben eventually finds so he gets a bunch of new aliens and goes off to go and try and figure out where Max went.
This is Sable Control. What's our situation in Nomad? Control. We are arresting civilians who refuse to cooperate with locating Spider-Man.
So he come on. So brass knuckles. Sure, why not? So eventually Ben meets back up with Gwen, who doesn't really do a ton of hero work actually. It's mostly just minute amount, like a little bit of keeping up on in touch with magic stuff, but not much else. Finally, so oh yo, are we here now? Let's go. It's the Daily Bugle from Fortnite. Come on. What do you want from me? Did I already get this one? No, it disappears on the map if I haven't got it. Where do you want me to get this photo from? What, do you want me to be like right up here? What, you want me to do like this? What do you want from me?
Lost. What's wrong with me?
I wasn't. What? What am I?
Available units. We're getting reports
What
that
the
a
heck?
riot has broken
Oh,
out.
Daily Bugle. That's the Daily Bugle HQ? What? Okay, I'm confused. I am super confused. Whatever. So, Ben eventually. Um. Ben eventually.
Daily
So they go around, and Ben tries to. Goes and looks for
Bugle
some.
now that Jameson's retired.
Finds some. Shady weapons deals with the Forever Knights. So he goes and tries to meet up with them and runs into Kevin. He's out of the Null Void. That's a little complicated. We'll get into. I can. You know what? I'm gonna explain it now. So Kevin in the Null Void met a guy named Quarrel. Quarrel taught Kevin that he was an Osmosian and how they work because Quarrel, not an Osmosian by the way, knows
Located near Turtle Bay.
knows how to properly um like
Perfect.
that's that is this the Chrysler building? Oh, that's the Chrysler I got that one. I'm gonna get hold on. Those are two separate ones. Okay, sure, why not? So I just I'm confused. Did I not just do this one? So there we go. Wait, what was that? What was this one? Oh, cool. So from there, Ben Ben attempts to skill point. Anyways, so eventually Ben tries to I don't hate it. I think it's kind of cool. From there, Ben so he goes to go meet up with Quarrel, right? So eventually Quarrel teaches Kevin that he can absorb not just energy and make himself crazy, but he can also absorb materials. So he teaches Kevin how to absorb materials somehow, and Kevin follows him around and Quarrel teaches him stuff. Eventually Quarrel leads or like the prisoners in the Null Void prison that the plumbers use, eventually make a like educated decision or like make a decision the decision to attempt to whoa um attempt to make how do I no attempt to make a prison break, and they do. They lose. Coral dies in the process, though. So, Sag, we love Coral, but there's not. What can you do? So
This is Sable Control.
eventually, so that's kind of what
Stay positioned.
that
Control now. Eyes out for
pretty much. That's pretty much what happens. Well, yeah. Like and subscribe, please.